Lurk Under Wires by Altered Tree Games. Hey guys, Game Hunter here, and today we're looking at another game in the 7-day roguelike challenge of 2013. This game already looks pretty sweet, but now we have to actually go ahead and read the, what you would call the readme no seriously, if you don't you'll be very confused text file. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this because this would otherwise be in the help screen or something like that. You are an enigmatic hacker or possibly a malevolent AI lurking somewhere on the world. See the @ symbol on the world map? This one? That's you. Your enemies are elsewhere on the world map. You don't know where. Your task is to send out objects throughout the internet to seek them down and destroy them. Your enemies are seeking to do the same to you and also to each other. So it's kind of like a free-for-all hack fest, I guess. So now we have controls, and these are the important things. The game mostly takes place in 3 windows, which the developer calls World, Rogue, and Mash windows. World map shows where in the world your objects are, and also any enemy objects or enemy bases that you've discovered. So I guess it kind of reminds me a little bit of XCOM-y, except now we just got a flat screen here. Now, as for objects, or rather, let's start with the Mash window, which I think is this right here, is your way of progressing through the game. When the Mash window is open, each time you press a key on your keyboard, the game moves forward 1 turn. The best way to move rapidly forward in time is to mash your keyboard like you're a hacker in a movie. Press the space bar to show or hide the Mash window. So let's try that. Okay, I guess that's the one key that doesn't progress it, I'm hoping. Anyway, now for objects. Your computational minions throughout the world are created and represented as ASCII pictures of traditional roguelike dungeons. You can create these dungeons in the Rogue window. Press the, what is that thing? Squiggle new? I used to know, man. Is that like, no, I don't know. So, you press the squiggle new button on the bar to your right of your screen to open this window. And so now we have that. Oh, man, I need to get a new mouse because it's starting to get a little defective on the click part. The Rogue window gives you some letters or room types on the left-hand side and a big empty space to draw in. To draw a dungeon, click on a room type, then click somewhere in the big empty space. The room in some corridors will be automatically filled in. There will be more information on room types later on. Each dungeon must have 1 @ room. You won't be able to place any other rooms until you've got one. So let's go ahead and just do that. Stick it right in the middle. So there we go. That's probably our object room or something. Once you're happy with your dungeon, you can press the spawn button to send one of those objects forth into the world to do your bidding. You can also use the inventory button to store the dungeon on the bar to your right. You can spawn new copies by clicking on the newly created button, or you can press the delete button to discard the dungeon and close the Rogue window. So we got spawn here, we got inventory to just, I guess, yeah, so just put it right here. Well, crapsicles, I didn't really do anything with, and I guess I just deleted it? Maybe? Perhaps. I don't know exactly. I wonder how you then re-get that, because it doesn't seem to want, so if I click on, oh, I think I clicked on spawn, that was the problem. Whoopsie doodles. So inventory stores it, yeah, but I still need to spawn it before I send it to the inventory. Can I resize these windows? No, okay. Just making sure. In the top right corner, you'll see how many of your enemies are still alive and your current risk of discovery. Creating objects increases this risk. Objects with lots of rooms will increase your risk substantially more, so use rooms efficiently if you want to stay undetected. Alright, so now we got room types, and these are the ones that were showing up right here. And I'm already 4 minutes into this video, so I know this is a big lot of talking, but this game seems to be more about strategy than tactics, so that's what we're getting into. And so now we have this. We have the player base, which allows the object to function. All objects must have one of these. Now we have L for look. This room will seek through the world trying to find enemy objects. Without a look room, an object will only ever know about the enemies that the player knew about when it was spawned. So we can just go ahead and like place this down here. Maybe it has to be bigger. There we go. Okay. Forage. This room will forage through the data streams of the world, trying to discover new types of rooms for you to use. If you never place any of these, you'll never access any of the higher end rooms. So we should probably get one of those. That's probably F for forage. So there we go. There's our forager. And then now we have 3 types: rock, paper, and scissors. Although paper is displayed as B and scissors is displayed as X. And these are basically rock, paper, scissors rules, where these rooms will attempt to attack any enemies that the object knows about. So rock is weak against paper, which is weak against scissors, but strong against rock. Rock is the only attack type available at the beginning of the game, so we should probably just go ahead and make one of those. There we go. Oh wow, that's a lot of rocks. Look at all those rocks. Finally, of the ones we have available, we have ping. This room will send signals back to your base, so you learn what an object is doing. If an enemy object is discovered, this room will give you its coordinates, and any subsequent rooms you spawn will also know about the enemy object and be able to attack it. Also, pings let you know that an object is still active. However, too many pings can make you vulnerable to late-game snoop attacks, which I guess we'll talk about when we actually start to get them. So let's go ahead and spawn this guy. I know he's kind of a weird one. Oh, I guess we kind of made these accidentally or so. Well, no, these are just objects created, period. So let's just send that to our inventory and we can click on it at any time to look at it, I guess. I hope. Well, I guess we just go ahead and mash on this if we really want stuff to happen. So that's what happens, and then we just go mashing on the keyboards. All enemy. That was what? That. No. That's just silly. New enemy base discovered. New enemy base discovered, and apparently I destroyed them. Well, that was silly. But surely there are more than that. So all these objects are getting created, and then we have ping timeouts. Which I guess means that we no longer know that they exist or something. That could be what happens there. I'd like to be able to see this guy, though. That's kind of the problem. Also, the problem is that we don't have any enemies, but that could just be because we don't know about their existences. So, like for instance, I could create a more of a pinger object here. So like a double ping with foraging technologies, I guess. Just to do that. And then we just spawn that. Oh, whoa, that was... What? Okay. That was apparently something that also happened. Yeah, I wish... It's like you can't... That counts as just an attack thing that goes on, and then there's all this stuff. And my base was destroyed, so my game overrulations happened. So let's instead go ahead and start up a new game of this so that I can actually perhaps do some real stuff. Now that we've talked about this game for quite a while, let's see if we can accomplish something at all. So we go ahead and do that, and we make a rock type. Well, I guess we need to start by making a look type, and then have a rock to substantially cause things. And yeah, I think that's really all I need, trying to find them right. So we just spawn that dude. Alright. Cool beans. And then we just go ahead and include note and all these buttons. It's funny, there's a website. I forget the exact website. I might put it in the description if I remember it. But there's a website that kind of shows things that happen over time. So my risk is extremely tiny, mostly because I'm not pinging anything, so therefore I'm not really finding anything either. So what I could do, however, is maybe create a ping object and have it foraged too, because why not? And we spawn that dude. So go ahead, and we've created these objects, and these are objects that exist in the total universe. And now if we just kind of mash a little bit, we'll see what happens, because we don't seem to be really finding our enemies very easily, do we? Perhaps only objects that can ping. Let's see. Send signals back to your base, right? So you know what the object is. Oh, I guess you need to kind of know what the object's doing, so you need to have a ping and an attack type in order to make that truly work. Although at this point I can make paper, so let's go ahead and make paper. So we have a pinger, and that. And I guess we'll just make a look just in case. And spawn you. And go, haha, we have created this super type. And now if we mash a bit, we might actually find some peoples, if we're lucky. But, you know, if we're not, we'll just have minimum risk, and that's all that happens ever. New data, decoy found. Decoy found? Goodness. Presumed destroyed. Yeah, I guess I have some guys that aren't really doing anything. So, we have this decoy, and yeah, decoys don't really do much, but I suppose that I could do, like, make a decoy, make 2 decoys, and stick a ping in there. And if I create him, then suddenly I just kind of have a decoy unit, perhaps, that does something or nothing. I'm not even sure. But then we just go ahead and mash a little bit and see what happens. And nothing really seems to have happened, unfortunately. So I guess we just kind of move on and we create yet another object. So last time I created objects. Can I create, like, rock and paper at the same time? I guess I can. And then we go ping. Come on. I can find a spot for this guy. Is it because I'm not clicking hard enough? No. That's not the problem. And then we also need a little look-see. But I guess you need to find the right spot that can pick up stuff correctly. So, and then we just go ahead and mash a bit, and maybe we'll find someone. But we're not really finding anyone. I'm kind of really surprised at that. New enemy object discovered. Okay, well that's cool. I guess I finally found somebody. And the ping time... Is that mine, though? I think one of the biggest problems is that I'm not really... I don't know how I can re-access objects. Because I create these new objects, right? By just clicking on it. I have a blueprint right here. But I don't know how to check on objects that I've already created. So we have these ping timeouts and... Yeah, I mean, eventually those ones that I created don't really do anything, so... Okay. What? Ah, darn it. I moved you. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Much better. And then we find a new object, and all that is good and everything. But, for instance, if I wanted to make a super object, super objects do what they need to do to get things done, I guess. And, I mean, I'm finding a lot of dudes now, but they seem to be getting... Okay, well, I guess I kind of won. Not really sure how. So what can I say about this game? I think we're kind of done with it, and yeah, my clicker really... Well, okay. It looks like I just have to wait. Yeah, for whatever reason, you need to wait a lot. Okay, so this game looks cool, but I'm not sure I have a huge say on what ends up happening. So, you really don't have a sense of what's going on, and that's perhaps the biggest flaw I'm seeing in this game. Otherwise, the concept seems really interesting. And if you could perhaps watch your objects as they move throughout the game, and you can actually see some sort of simulated interaction with objects attacking other objects and things like that. But at least as far as I can tell, you can't really do that. So, you know, I can just mash a bazillion times again, but there's really nothing else that's going on here. So yeah, this has been a weird video of not a whole lot of gameplay, but I guess if you like the sound of my voice, then it works out, right? This has been Game Hunter playing Lurk Under Wires. I hope... Yes, Lurk Under Wires, I got that. So it's cool. It's even kind of roguelike-y, although it's kind of lacking on the tactical department. Like I said, if there was some kind of interaction that you could see the objects and stuff that's actually happening, then that would help a lot, but other than that, it's a little too abstract, even for a roguelike. Of course, that's just my opinion. I'm just... It seems a little obtuse. Just the game as a whole. It's hard to get down to brass tacks with it, basically. But in any case, it's cool. I just... I think it needs some more to go. But, I mean, honestly, if the developer wants to let me know what happens with this game, please, I'd be much interested to figure out more things about this game. So So yes, in any case, until next time, keep playing those roguelikes, guys, and take care.